All right, Bling versus Stareagle coming up right now. I'm looking forward to it. This one, it should be an absolutely solid TVP matchup. And here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure to introduce to you from the UK, hailing from Team Dignitas, playing Protoss in the northeast corner of this the Tal'Daram altar. Ladies and gentlemen, let me hear it for Dignitas Bling. Unfortunately, we don't have crowd mics, so it's not all that great. What we need you to do is applaud and whoop like some kind of fangirl next time, incidentally. And in the pink trunks, we've got from Team TRB, Team Redbite, if I recall correctly, in Italy. Coming all the way through from that, having done exceptionally well, only then falling down to Tails. He's in the southwest corner, he's in the pink trunks, and he's playing Terran, and his name is Stareagle.
And Stareagle, as mentioned, very good. He's a very good mechanical player, obviously from Brood War. He usually opens up, he's not a player that usually opens up gasless expansions. He's usually a player that would go more order expansion or even 2 racks pressure. He's a player that is rather aggressive, but at the same time, Bling is very well and very good at defensive play. Yep. He always goes for Zealot charge, double upgrades, that kind of style. He doesn't really go Colossus, he prefers to go Eve Archons, and then what Bling likes to do is hit hard with a double robotics facility Colossus switch. And he's actually won a lot of games that he shouldn't have won because of that switch.
Yeah. He's really aggressive with execution pushes. That used to be really his style. He was known as like the 2-base, not so much all in, but 2-base, now I kill you. 6-gate, 7-gate.
Yeah.
Really aggressive play then. It's like, I have to kill you in this one push, otherwise horrible things happen. And almost all in, honestly.
Wow, he's actually gone Nexus first here. That's a complete opposite of how he's always used to play, of course. And that's going to be scouted rather late. And if he builds a Tech Lab straight away, he's going to build a Tech Lab straight away here, Stareagle. So Bling could be in a bit of trouble here, because if Stareagle scouts this next, which he is going to, he can immediately build a Marauder first of all. He could build a Reaper.
Yeah.
And either of them is good. If he builds a Reaper, that's the best case scenario against Nexus first, but of course he doesn't know about it yet. And he is going to
do it anyway, yeah, which is smart.
Stareagle's going to see Nexus first. For one, the Reaper's going to be able to beat the Zealots down easily, and if he follows it up with more barracks, despite being cross-positioned, he could pile on a bunch of pressure. Bling needs to throw down the Cybercore immediately, and he has to actually spend Chrono Boost into the gateways rather than Cybercore, and look at that excellent play.
Nice.
Outside of the range of Bling, and Bling could be in trouble here for being greedy.
Yeah, it's a really great move there by Stareagle. The thing is that it is a very risky move to go Nexus first against Terran here, because this map is so amazing for Reapers. I love Reapers on this map, just simply because of the cliff edge. There's so many access points. You can go in here if you so desire. You've got a massive amount of control against anyone, really, if you're able to get that. Can he stop the bunker from going up? Nicely done there by Bling. Only a couple of hit points left on that one. He still has to deal with this Reaper, but he's just made it a little bit easier.
Well, he's going to be able to build 2 Stalkers in a few seconds. So basically he has to kite with the Zealot against the Reaper and for the probes. And how many probes can he get now? Oops, that's not a probe.
No, that is not a probe. It looks like a probe if you sort of squint at it sideways, but it's not really a probe. Zealot's moving in right now, which of course will do nothing other than eat bullets. And losing the Zealot to the Reaper would not be a good start at all. And it can happen. Reapers are really good against light units. Down it goes. Stareagle with exceptional control right there. Another grenade just being thrown off just for the hell of it. But here come the Stalkers. Surprise. And down that goes.
And a single Zealot and a 1 probe loss. Not that big of a deal for Bling in this case, especially because he's got out the Stalkers. The biggest thing that probably hurt Bling was spending 2 Chrono Boost onto the gateways, which he didn't really want to do. Usually you want to see that going into the Cybercore, sorry, nice and early on, so you can actually be prepared for anything coming out.
Bling supply blocked as well.
Yeah, just a bit, he's just building a pylon, so few mistakes coming out here, but that's what happens when a player puts pressure on straight away.
Yeah.
And he actually is building a pylon on the aggressive side just down here, and I think what we're going to see is Bling try to put a bit of pressure back on. He's let's have a look at his Chrono Boost. He's saved up quite nicely, and he immediately throws down, oh my god, 3 more gateways. He's going to be going for this 5 gateway push, and
6.
to be honest, 6? Oh no, that's a lot. That's a lot indeed.
That's classic Bling style
That
for you
is a
right
lot.
there. And I like the fact that we've watched Bling so much since he first started. We actually cast him when he won the tournament, which got him into Dignitas in the first place. And it's interesting to see his style evolving, but he still goes back to these old staples like, let's get aggressive, let's try and do an execution push on 2 bases. But now he's evolved it to, let's get really, really greedy. And if we feel like it's a good idea to go with the 6 gateway pressure, we'll do it. If not, we'll just try and macro up as much as possible. And it's worked out for him so far. He hasn't lost too much from that Reaper harassment, and he's denied information as well.
And I think Bling's going to be in fantastic position. First of all, the SUV is going to scout the pylon. It doesn't mean that much, but that means a lot when he sees it. He has to throw down a second bunker right now. Stareagle wants to stay in this game. Bunker has to go down, maybe even a third bunker, because a lot of units are about to come down. Combat Shield and Stim will finish in time for the fight, but this is going to be so close to hold.
Yeah, but Bling's control is going to be tested to the limit here, as will Stareagle's. Plenty of repairs going on right there, immediately stopping that bunker from going, which is quite smart. Stareagle takes a few seconds to start that up again, and then the probe is going to leave that pylon at the back there. And as long as the pylon goes up and Bling doesn't get thrown back in the process, he's actually going to go all the way inside, which is a really nice move, getting out of the way of those bunkers entirely, negating their effect into the fight, and then trying to flank around with those zealots. And another wave will come in from there as well. The Stalkers will be killed, but the next wave could end up doing significant damage.
No, he shouldn't have even warped them in, actually, to be honest. He's forcing a lot of stims and stuff, but I wouldn't have even warped those in, because right now he's already created a humongous lead for himself. 38 probes. The Chrono Boost is in the Nexus. 38 probes versus 22 SCVs. Despite the double the double mules coming down, he's in a comfortable position. So that last wave was a bit non-needed, to be honest. It would have been better in his main base, but overall he's in a fantastic position. What he needs to focus on now, though, is throwing down the robotics facility down and start getting that out, the observer out, to continue to scout, or more importantly, needs to throw down the Twilight Council and Forges, because right here is open attack if he's not careful.
Yeah, absolutely. He's got to be extremely careful with that. And it's hard to hold this ramp with sentries. It is. It's massive, honestly. If they even get up here, good luck putting down enough force fields. And unfortunately, Bling forgot to build replacement pylons. All 3 were hunted down, all 3 were destroyed, and another supply block at perhaps the worst possible time, because Stareagle is going to come in and try and at least take map control, if not strike back at his opponent, and no reinforcement waves are coming in here.
Oh, no. I mean, he's got enough sentries to hold off for a while so he can actually do stuff, but he's going to have to waste a lot of energy, which he doesn't really want to do here. Stareagle, if he sees it's weak, will go in, but having seen all those units, I don't think it's even possible for him to go in.
He's out.
He does return. And now the third command center is on its way for Stareagle. Excellent play here. Rather than going straight up to Medivacs, he decides a third base first, and then we'll throw the starport down very, very shortly here. And he's doing okay so far in this game, but cross positions is always going to be difficult to engage.
Yes, it is. And honestly, Bling can just sit back, relax, and tech right now, which is kind of what he's doing. Double upgrades coming in from him, as well as the Twilight Council there. All sorts of wonderful options available. Zealot Charger possibility, as well as obviously Tech into DTs, things like that. DT drops on this map, always quite nice because of the problems with taking the third base, spreading your forces out. Very easy to get a Warp Prism in the back there, things like that. In the meantime, Stareagle is varying things up himself. Got a reactor coming up there, so we're looking for a swap around for Marine Marauder Medivac at the moment.
And he's throwing down that 4th barracks down now as well, so he will be able to produce a lot more units. He should be actually throwing down more barracks than that. Should have 2 more by now as well. And usually he's actually quite tight on his production facilities, so I wouldn't be surprised if he did throw down a couple more barracks very, very shortly, especially as he takes that third base. But meanwhile, Bling is now getting Zealot Charge, and the upgrades are flowing, which is excellent to see. And here is, I suspect we will see the Templar Archives go down soon, but only when he takes, oh, actually, as I say that, it comes down immediately. I was going to say probably once he takes the gases on the third base, but he has the time to do so right now, especially with an opponent taking a fast third base. So we will see some High Templar and Storm coming out very soon, and if need be, he can always morph to Archons if he wants to get these units out faster.
Yeah, things are looking solid for Bling at the moment. He could have potentially been punished really hard, but Stareagle's at 36 SCVs, 30 minutes into the game. That is grim. Regardless if you've got mules, that is not a good sign at all. And now taking the third base, and if he was to spread out all his SCVs, he wouldn't be saturated at any point, far from it. He can certainly afford, I think, to move a few down there, so he mines this area out just a little bit less quickly.
Yeah, and I'm surprised that he's at such a low SCV count, actually. And he has thrown down the second engineering bay and armory now as well, so he can go into 2-2 pretty much immediately. But if he wants to go to 2-2, he has to take the gases on the third base straight away. But he doesn't have the SCV count to do that either, so it's a little so-so. I mean, that early attack, you can see how much it actually hurt Stareagle at the end of the day now. He just doesn't have that SCV count he would have had earlier on. And now, so far, Bling looking quite comfortable. Blink is on the way as well, and his army count's getting incredibly high. There's so many zealots. The problem is there are a lot of marines here and very little marauders, so this army is not that good for Bling just because of this. He's going to try and engage here, but I think he has actually enough force fields to kind of hold these units here so that the zealots can do maximum damage.
Yeah, and Stareagle's not going to have any of that. He's well aware of how many sentries he had. He checked up the ramp ages ago. He must be expecting a lot more. There are plenty, if you can see it right there. You're looking at 7 with full energy. You don't want to go anywhere near that. Stareagle's well aware. Stareagle also getting supply blocks himself, actually, for some time, and doesn't appear to have noticed. Does need to sort that out quite rapidly.
And there we go. Gonna have to throw down like 3 or 4 supply depots to get rid of that, to be honest.
Yeah.
And 2-2 is on his way, but you can see that he's so gas-starved, he can't actually afford it yet. And if he does, he's gonna have to slow down in unit production, as we see no Marines, no Marauders, nothing being made right now. So he's cutting corners in certain areas to push other areas, and hurting his unit count is obviously going to be horrible against a player like Bling, who's so unit heavy and, more importantly, zealot heavy. 5 additional gateways going down for Bling, very on top of his production facilities.
Yep, we've got a small drop here by Stareagle, which may force a Bling to divert a few units in. He should be able to warp in. He's got a little bit of supply. He actually passed over that base, and it's going directly to this one right here. I wonder if Bling actually noticed that. In the meantime, an attempted engagement in the center. Stareagle does not want to be there, but I don't think he's going to have a choice. He's forced to stim out of that and loses several Marauders in the process.
And a drop has been put down now. Bling should be able to warp in units. There we go to deal with this. So 4 Zealots, 2 Stalkers. Great warp in. 4 Zealots will beat down everything on the ground, and 2 Stalkers to chase him away. Excellent choice there from Bling. But the upgrades are getting out of control. Look at Bling at 2-2, working on 3-3. He's chrono boosting so well into the forges that he's going to be at 3-3 before actually we see Stareagle get to 2-2. And there's that double robotics facility coming down. Incoming robotics bay. But also, we are going to see that Colossus switch coming up shortly, which will catch a lot of Terran players, and more importantly, Stareagle off by guard here.
Yep, he's trying to respond to that drop, which he will clean up, and down it goes with units still inside it. But that is a doom drop coming in right here from Stareagle, a massive drop. And unfortunately, it isn't timed with the 2-2. I would have liked to say maybe just wait on the 2-2 for that, but question is, can he kill that base? So a lot of reinforcements streaming in here, and some of those units are actually still inside, and he's forced to evacuate. Bling holds it.
Yeah, didn't really do too much there, but he's preventing Bling from mining and taking gas there, so that's okay. And the robotics bay is now down. He has to be careful of being counterattacked, though. He has so many units in medivacs, and we actually are going to see 2 medivacs fall going towards the natural Bling as well.
Yep, and he's also striking over here once again on that base, trying to stretch the multitasking of Bling out, and it's not really doing a huge amount at the moment. You can see those 2 drops. They're going to get picked up as well. Bling's going to see that a mile away. He has great map control of the Zelnaga watchtowers, and in comes Stareagle. Immediately interception. Bling could actually blink after that, and down goes 1. Can he take the second? That would be wonderful if he could. Now getting into a bit of a melee with those forces there, but he takes that out, and this should be a cleanup right here for Bling.
Yeah, really nice play. But Bling's having a lot of difficulty on this 4th base of his because he doesn't have vision up there until just now. And you can see the amount of damage that these 2-2 bio units are doing, and Bling not really dealing with this so well. And what he should have done is just bring half of his army round the side and go behind the Medivacs, Marines, and Marauders and deal with it that way. So he's a little bit messing up with there, but at the same time, Bling's army is so strong at 3-3 now, working on the plus shields as well. Wants to get rid of some of his units, so he wants to force a fight here so that he can make way for Colossus.
Yep, although unfortunately he doesn't look like he's going to be able to get rid of any at the moment. Stareagle's more interested in running away, and I don't really blame him. I wouldn't want to get into a fight with these either.
And there's a big fight going on at the 4th base once again, and Bling losing so many units eventually is going to be able to clean it up, but lost a lot more than actually Stareagle had up there. And Bling's army now shaping up to be quite strong as the Colossus count is rising. And I'm surprised he hasn't actually researched Storm yet. Maybe something he wants to think about doing. But the biggest problem I'm seeing from Stareagle is, where is his 4th base? Is he going to take one?
That is a good question. Is he going to take one? We shall find out one way or the other. Bling just holding the center for the time being with full map control. And Stareagle's drops have now this is finally been shut down. 4 ghosts available there, a big transfer, and Bling needs to get this composition right though. He's been throwing away a few units to try and get more Colossi out there. It'll take him to 3, still not a huge number. The thing is, Stareagle has actually no answer to it. He's got no Vikings. Yep, no Vikings at all. And a big engagement coming right here. There's an aggressive Bling to try and start off a few more. Bling's not overcommitting, which I do kind of like. He wants to wait for those Colossi, and more importantly, to get 5 more gateways up so he can immediately reinforce if he needs to. And in he goes. Now trying to take out the ghosts. He's able to start off the ghosts immediately. EMP's go off, and a lot of energy taken off the sentries, but not enough as far as I'm concerned.
Oh, Bling's on fire. His macro's so good. This might not be the best engagement in the world, but his economy is fantastic. 11 Zealots over and over and over again. And even if he doesn't win this fight, he's in great position.
Oh, look, a pile of things that he can aim at with those Colossi, slicing through as many as he can. I think, honestly, Bling could have targeted that a little bit more effectively. It doesn't really seem to matter. Stareagle can throw it back, but does it really make a difference if Bling is able to immediately reinforce that? Bling still ahead in supply. The Colossus will be taken out, but look at that. Massive warpins coming in right here from Bling. Pure Zealot. Oh, hi. We've got a surprise for you. And Stareagle running back to his base once again.
And still double Colossus are being made. So Bling is one of the weaknesses Bling always had. There was 2 really big weaknesses he had when he started playing StarCraft 2. Multitasking and macro. Look at the minimap. He literally has 6 bases across the map right now. And he's playing so well. He's not actually sending probes there, which would obviously be ideal, but he's still controlling the map a lot better than he's ever done before, compared to how Stareagle's playing and only has 3 bases. Hasn't even thought about a 4th base. So
oversaturated down here too.
Exactly. The economy of Bling is just so much better, and he's going to be able to wave after wave after wave.
I don't even know if he's going to need more than 1, honestly. Look at the size of that. A massive charge of Zealots supported by Archons. The Colossus is wandering off because it doesn't feel like being there, but I don't think it's even required. It's just going to retire for the time being. G to the G. There you go.
G to the G.
G to the G.
G to the G, son. Rap, rap.